So listen to this story. I think you'll enjoy this. This is from a guy named Adam Walton from Lubbock, Texas. Adam, are you here by any chance? If you are, you can come tell the story yourself. I guess not. Here's what he says. I'm currently on track to become an emotion code certified practitioner. I was working to release my own heart wall the other day. As I got closer to finishing releasing the last layer, I felt like I could breathe so much more easily. As I was about to release the final trapped emotion, now for those of you that don't know, that are brand new to this, oftentimes when we feel like our heart is going to break, we'll put up a wall around the heart. The subconscious mind puts up a wall around the heart. We call that a heart wall. It's to protect the heart from being totally broken. He says, as I was about to release the final trapped emotion, which was fear, God told me to wait. And he showed me something, of which I will never be able to describe the significance of. Right after it happened, I wrote the following to keep a record of what happened and what I saw. Now, one of the things that we teach in the emotion code is that when we come into this world, there's something that we in the emotion code book, we call it the veil of memory. It's just a veil that's put over us. It's a forgetfulness so that we can't remember where we were before, and there are reasons for that. But he said, even after learning about the veil of memory that is placed at the time of our conception, I would never have imagined that I would be writing the words that will follow. Yet here I am, writing these words and the words that will follow. I am writing this right after the fact because this is something I do not want to lose any details of, as this is one of the most pivotal points in my history. Let me begin. I was just doing an emotion code session with myself. I've had this heart wall for a while, and I was ready to get rid of it. I was releasing the trapped emotions associated with this heart wall when I happened upon a trapped emotion of fear. I needed to know more about before moving on, so I began to question as to when this occurred. I asked, and it happened before age 5, before age 4, before age 3. Come to find out, this emotion became trapped before I was born. And let me see, hang on, I lost my place here. There we go. I thought, I get to remove a trapped prenatal emotion. Sweet. I was excited. However, when I asked if it was a trapped prenatal emotion, I got a no. I asked if this trapped emotion occurred any time after conception, and I got a no. I thought of the only two possibilities that I was aware of and asked, is this an inherited trapped emotion? And I got a no. And then it hit me. After calming myself down, I dared to ask, did this emotion of fear become trapped in me before my conception? I got a yes. I was excited, shocked, amazed, and teary-eyed all at the same time. I knew that these existed, but I had no idea I'd be releasing one from myself. Preconception trapped emotions are quite uncommon after all. I was about to release it, but I felt God tell me, wait, let me show you something. So after a few seconds, I saw my soul in God's presence before my conception. I saw an exchange that occurred between the two of us. Daddy, I've become afraid of going to the place I'm headed. I don't want to leave, I said, burdened with this realization. That is completely understandable, God said. I know that this will hurt you, he consoled, even after you begin your time where you're headed. But you can take this away from me now, I cried. Would you please take this from me? He said, I absolutely can, but if you knew my purpose in leaving it there, I think you'd understand and agree that that wouldn't be best, he said. I told him I didn't understand, so he helped me to understand. He told me, when you enter the world, you will not know that you have this trapped fear in you, but you will have it, and it will affect the way you live. But it won't affect you so much that you won't find your way back to me or bring my love and light to those around you, but it will affect your ability to do so. But someday you will open yourself up. Hold on. But someday you will open yourself up and search within yourself in such a way that you'll be able to find and release this fear that's trapped inside of you. But why? Why would I want to wait to let go of this later instead of now, I pleaded. He answered, I want you to see that you can indeed release it. I want to empower you to release that and so much more. within yourself as well as within others. I want to empower you to do such things and greater things than this, he said. When you do release this, I will show you this time again. My people usually don't remember this time before they are sent to earth, but I want to show this moment to you then. The first reason for this is to show you my love for you, but there is another important reason for this, to show you my plan and purpose for you. Look here. At that moment, I saw a finger pointing in a direction, so I looked that way and saw something that at the time of this writing I've seen before. If you're reading this, then chances are I've told you about this vision I had during an eye rest session. I was pure consciousness and looked down from a high place, almost cloud-like, into a hospital room where a man was lying in a hospital bed with a bandage around his head. I then saw that something was inside of his head, this black, gooey substance, sticky, that should never have been there. In my excitement, I tried to pull it out, but it kept snapping back into place. Then God told me, "You just wait." Something became clear to me in that memory, that moment of memory. My eye rest session I talked about wasn't the first time I had seen this. In fact, I now realize that seeing that was merely within a memory, the memory before my conception that I'm writing about now. This is what I was being pointed towards. This is what God showed me before my conception. As I saw this vision again, I heard those words even more clearly than my initial remembrance. Just you wait. You'll be able to help him and so many others. This is why it's best to leave this trapped fear within you. I want you to see that I love you. And I want to bring back to you this moment where I show you what I am creating you to be. While that trapped fear still resonated inside of me, that did nothing to abate my excitement of what was to come. I understand. This is great. Thank you, I exclaimed. Then I was caught in his embrace. I love you, son. I love you, Daddy. And that was the end of that memory. At that time, directly before writing this, I was overcome. There were so many emotions and thoughts flying around. I never thought I'd ever get to see that. I can't believe how much he loves me. I can't wait to go back home with him. This is what I was created for. I am capable, and that's because he has made me so. I love him. I felt all these things and so many other things. After the dust settled, there was a stillness, and he spoke to me again. You are lacking nothing. Now finish the work I have set before you. I love you, son. I love you too, Daddy. I didn't need to know anything else about that trapped emotion of fear, so I released it. It was gone. With that, the wall around my heart was gone. Now it's time to finish the work my Father has set before me. Onward I go. That's the end of what I had written down. One thing I didn't mention was my realization of my amnesia, that veil of memory that everyone has. But now I know I've known my daddy all along, deep down. So, while the future is never certain to us in this plane of reality, God is not limited by such constraints. And for that, I'm thankful. He has orchestrated things in a way where he knew this would happen. So, I want to share that with you. Isn't that a beautiful story?